Waiting for you is like getting touched the same way this wind does to every inch of my body. He wore words of her. He wore them without washing and never thought about ironing them. For him, they were nothing more than an intimate soulmate. Being intimate doesn't mean sex, but that moment when he presses his lips against you for the first time and you just stand there wondering. Your hands around my waist, dancing together close to each other's chest. Song is romantic, feelings are authentic. Your eyes staring at my lips so that we can end up with a kiss. Both were physically mute, and kiss became their first word. If I had to choose between breathing and loving you, I would use my last breath to tell you I love you. If a girl lets you dive deep in her, it doesn't mean she loves you. It means she finds you intimate enough to guide her through dark times or make her shine a bit vibrant. Intimacy is the deep connection where your souls and skins are one distance. Age, silence, and the like fails to ravage. You're always the first and the last thing on this heart of mine. No matter where I go or what I do, I'm thinking of you. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep. 'Cause I'd miss you, baby, and I don't want to miss a thing. Love is love's reward. More than kisses, letters mingle souls. My love for you is past the mind, beyond my heart, and into my soul. I became an author when I scribbled her naked back with my fingers, and she portrayed her understanding on my lips. In short, I will part with anything for you but you. You're nothing short of my everything. An intimate game of love starts in kiss and ends in bliss. My heart is and always will be yours. Your love shines in my heart as the sun that shines upon the earth. Love understands love. It needs no talk. Love stretches your heart and makes you big inside. Love brings to life whatever is dead around us. I taste her and I realize I have been starving. You are my heart, my life, my entire existence. It was a million tiny little things that, when you added them all up, they meant we were supposed to be together, and I knew it. The real lover is the man who can thrill you by kissing your forehead, or smiling into your eyes, or just staring into space. The best love is the kind that awakens the soul and makes us reach for more, that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our minds, and that's what you've given me. That's what I'd hope to give you forever. To love is nothing, to be loved is something, but to love and be loved, that's everything. I swear I couldn't love you more than I do right now, and yet I know I will tomorrow. I would rather spend one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone. I saw that you were perfect, and so I loved you. Then I saw that you were not perfect, and I loved you even more. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams. But we loved with a love that was more than love. There is always some madness in love, but there is also always some reason in madness. Love is friendship that has caught fire. Sometimes the heart sees what is invisible to the eyes. And let us always meet each other with a smile, for the smile is the beginning of love. Immature love says, I love you because I need you. Mature love says, I need you because I love you. The best thing to hold on to in life is each other. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. Love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. As soon go kindle fire with snow, as seek to quench the fire of love with words. If you wish to be loved, show more of your faults than your virtues. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. A kiss is a lovely trick designed by nature to stop speech when words become superfluous. Love is the wisdom of the fool and the folly of the wise. He's more I than I am. The most powerful weapon on earth is the human soul on fire. Love is when he gives you a piece of your soul that you never knew was missing. I love that feeling of being in love, the effect of having butterflies when you wake up in the morning. That is special. Love is the flower you've got to let grow. The hunger for love is much more difficult to remove than the hunger for bread. A woman knows the face of the man she loves as a sailor knows the open sea. Love knows not distance, it hath no continent, its eyes are for the stars. Love does not begin and end the way we seem to think it does. Love is a battle, love is a war, love is a growing up. The art of love is largely the art of persistence. There is no remedy for love but to love more. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. If you find someone you love in your life, then hang on to that love. Love is of all passions the strongest, for it attacks simultaneously the head, the heart, and the senses. Touch seems to be as essential as sunlight. I like not only to be loved, but also to be told I am loved. The opposite of loneliness is not togetherness, it's intimacy. We can only learn to love by loving. Love is a force more formidable than any other. It is invisible, it cannot be seen or measured, yet it is powerful enough to transform you in a moment and offer you more joy than any material possession could. Love is not only something you feel, it is something you do. When we are in love, we seem to ourselves quite different from what we were before. For small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love. Only divine love bestows the keys of knowledge. A part of kindness consists in loving people more than they deserve. Love is the attempt to form a friendship inspired by beauty. The inner reality of love can be recognized only by love. Love is the energy of life. Stolen kisses are always sweetest. If it is your time, love will track you down like a cruise missile. Love possesses not, nor will it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. Love is metaphysical gravity. To love is to admire with the heart, to admire is to love with the mind. You need consent only when it's not love. There is no limit to the power of loving. And in her smile I see something more beautiful than the stars. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. There is only one happiness in life, to love and be loved. The richest love is that which submits to the arbitration of time. Down on your knees and thank heaven, fasting, for a good man's love. Pains of love be sweeter far than all other pleasures are. Love, having no geography, knows no boundaries. Love is the word used to label the sexual excitement of the young, the habituation of the middle-aged, and the mutual dependence of the old. People happy in love have an air of intensity. Love is an energy which exists of itself. It is its own value. Love is a game that two can play and both win. Love is space and time measured by the heart. Love is the greatest gift that God has given us. It's free. Faith makes all things possible. Love makes all things easy. Your words are my food, your breath my wine. You are everything to me. Love is a friendship set to music. Love is the greatest refreshment in life. Love is the power to see similarity in the dissimilar. Love cures people, both the ones who give it and the ones who receive it. Love is but the discovery of ourselves in others and the delight in the recognition. Love is a sacred reserve of energy. It is like the blood of spiritual evolution. We love because it's the only true adventure. Love makes your soul crawl out from its hiding place. Love is a canvas furnished by nature and embroidered by imagination. Love is being stupid together. There's nothing more intimate in life than simply being understood and understanding someone else. The married are those who have taken the terrible risk of intimacy and, having taken it, know life without intimacy to be impossible. Intimacy is not purely physical. It's the act of connecting with someone so deeply you feel like you can see into their soul. Two people making love, she once said, is like one drowned person resuscitating the other. There are people one knows and people one doesn't. One shouldn't cheapen the former by feigning intimacy with the latter. The deepest moments of intimacy occur when you're not talking. Love is like breathing. You take it in and let it out. Intimacy is a totally different dimension. It is allowing the other to come into you, to see you as you see yourself, to allow the other to see you from inside, to invite somebody to that deepest core of your being. Intimacy is the capacity to be rather weird with someone and finding that that's okay with them. Intimacy doesn't have all that much to do with backseats of cars. Real intimacy is brushing your teeth together. The need for love and intimacy is a fundamental human need, as primal as the need for food, water, and air. They slipped briskly into an intimacy from which they never recovered. My great hope is to laugh as much as I cry, to get my work done and try to love somebody and have the courage to accept the love in return. Passion is the quickest to develop and the quickest to fade. Intimacy develops more slowly and commitment more gradually still. The promise of intimacy is also its risk. The more intimacy two people share, the more power they give to each other to cause hurt. It wasn't a thing I had consciously missed, but having it now reminded me of the joy of it. That drowsy intimacy in which a man's body is accessible to you as your own, the strange shapes and textures of it like a sudden extension of your own limbs. Real intimacy is only possible to the degree that we can be honest about what we are doing and feeling. I know what you feel for me the moment you touch me. I literally love affection. It's not about sex. I crave somebody to cuddle with me and to lay their head on my lap. I crave kisses, holding hands and running my thumb across theirs, just looking at someone and thinking, how did I get this lucky? If you wish, I will be your desire. If you desire, I will be your hunger. We're a mess, you and I, but the truth is, you captivate me in ways no soul ever will. We think we want sex, but it's not always about sex. It's intimacy we want, to be touched, looked at, admired, smiled at, laugh with someone, feel safe, feel like someone's really got you. That's what we crave. He showed me his scars, and in return he let me pretend that I had none. When a girl is in love, you can see it in her smile. When a guy is in love, you can see it in his eyes. I hate waking up with you on my mind and not in my bed. You are every reason, every hope, and every dream I've ever had. If I could have anyone in the world, it would still be you. Waking up next to the person you love is one of the best feelings in the world. I dream about you not just while sleeping, but when I am awake too. I wonder if this is how people always get close. They heal each other's wounds. They repair the broken skin. You're like a madness inside me, a fever I can't cure. I'm loaded with work, but I just can't stop thinking about you. I just laid in bed for the last hour thinking about you. Guess what I was doing? The conversation between your fingers and someone else's skin. This is the most important discussion you can ever have. I can forget my very existence in a deep kiss of you. To have someone understand your mind is a different kind of intimacy altogether. A girl is happiest when she knows that you make her your everything, in front of everyone, every time. There's so much intimacy in understanding. Someone who doesn't understand you is not going to know how to love you, because they don't know who you are. You don't fall in love with a body, you fall in love with a soul. And once in love with a soul, everything about that body becomes beautiful. Intimacy is not just physical, it is the deep bond of knowing. The first thing you should know about me is that I'm not you. A lot more will make sense after that. Intimacy transcends the physical. It is a feeling of closeness that isn't about proximity, but of belonging. It is a beautiful emotional space in which two become one. It's not always about sex. Sometimes the best type of intimacy is where you just lay back, laugh together at the stupidest things, hold each other, and enjoy each other's company. If you only knew how much those little moments with you mattered to me. I want to paint a love poem all over the sheets and you. If the feelings are mutual, the effort will be equal. Take her like it's the first time and the last time every single time. She's been through hell and came out, an angel. You didn't break her, darling. You don't own that kind of power. Cuddle me hardcore. I don't crave an intimacy that involves a touch of a hand, but instead one that causes a flame to burn in my soul. Take a lover who looks at you like you are magic. I want to touch a soul rather than just someone's skin. The way you slam your body into mine reminds me I'm alive. And in the middle of my chaos, there was you. I wish I could explain your eyes and how the sound of your voice gives me butterflies, how your smile makes my heart skip a beat, and how every time I'm with you, I feel so complete. I waited for you my entire life, and you were worth every minute. Every cell in my body is telling me that you are my happily ever after. I love you, not only for what you are but for what I am when I am with you. You make my heart beat faster the moment our eyes get locked. When you belong with someone, it's the sincerest form of intimacy. My favorite place is inside your hug. I choose you, and I'll choose you over and over, without pause, without a doubt, in a heartbreak. I'll keep choosing you. In you, I found the love of my life and closest, truest friend. So, this is what real love feels like. Cuddles can be just as intimate as anything else. She cherishes small intimacies, a head resting against a shoulder, lips brushing against a nose, a kiss on the neck, a hand reaching out for her. Chemistry is you touching my mind and setting my body on fire. I have looked at you in millions of ways, and I have loved you in each. I crave you in the most innocent form. I crave to say goodnight and give you forehead kisses, and to say that I adore you when you feel at your worst. I crave you in ways where I just want to be next to you, and nothing more or less. No matter how painful distance can be, not having you in my life would be worse. You take my breath away the moment you hold me in your arms. There's a place in your heart where nobody's been. Take me there. Intimacy is about truth. When you realize you can tell someone your truth, when you can show yourself to them, when you stand in front of them and their response is "You're safe with me," that's intimacy. Let's meet in our dreams tonight. There are no accidental meetings between souls. Intimacy is not who you let touch you. Intimacy is who you text at 3 a.m. about your dreams and fears. Intimacy is giving someone your attention when 10 other people are asking for it. Intimacy is the person always in the back on your mind, no matter how distracted you are. I fell in love with his soul before I could even touch his skin. If that isn't true love, then please tell me what is. I love when you text me first, 'cause then I know you're thinking about me. Words can't describe the ache that runs through my body when I'm missing you. You were amazing last night. Now imagine what it would be like if it wasn't just a dream. Intimate relationships cannot substitute for a life plan, but to have any meaning or viability at all, a life plan must include intimate relationships. You know what intimacy is. It's intimacy. It's allowing someone to know who you are when you have all these defenses to keep them from knowing. Seek acquaintance with the wise, intimacy with the good. I would love to hold your hands and kiss you, today and forever. I'm certain that most couples expect to find intimacy in marriage, but it somehow eludes them. Real intimacy is a sacred experience. It never exposes its secret trust and belonging to the voyeuristic eye of a neon culture. Real intimacy is of the soul, and the soul is reserved. Life is cold. People stay warm through the intimacy of a story. Real connection and intimacy is like a meal, not a sugar fix. Physical intimacy isn't and can never be an effective substitute for emotional intimacy. Your love gives me strength each day. The highest form of love is the love that allows for intimacy without the annihilation of difference. The only thing I have never known is true intimacy with a man. I absolutely wanted to discover that before dying. I am lost in the way you see me, hold me, and talk to me.